the property also has the stresses of the setup of grandstands, setup of communications, setup of merchandise tents, setup of hospitality tents. How does that throw a wrench into the agronomics in preparation?
I guess I'll jump in here first. And TPC Sawgrass, as I said, is like the Masters. It's a repeat tournament, so it happens year after year. Uh, it takes about 2, 3 months ahead of time to set up the tents and set up the virtually the buildings, the infrastructure, the power, all of that stuff. Typically, there's a couple people on the staff that handle that. Tom Vlack, director of agronomy, has some key people working on his staff to handle all those things. But all of us know anytime you get a semi or other big vehicle on your golf course, they tend to find pipe rather readily when they cross it. And you get a few geysers and mainline breaks and other things like that. So it's a logistical thing, and it all has to be taken care of. Nobody goes out on the property unless they've got a guide to take them out there and they know where safe routes are and things like that. Which a shameless plug I'll put in is I hope to be doing, it's my plan anyway, a piece for golf course industry that's going to be titled something to the effect of "After the Last Putt is Holed." And I talked to Matt Schaefer on my visit there, and a lot of people don't realize what takes place after the event. If you think people are not going to be careful when they're coming into an event with their trucks, they just want to get the heck out of there when the event is over. So while they're supposed to wait for somebody or follow a certain path, sometimes people will cross right across a fairway, and if there's inclement weather, it gets even worse. So we'll be doing a follow-up article on that, and Matt's giving me the exclusive to do that, so that should be very interesting.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I remember at Congressional, I worked there for the '97 Open, and all the TV lines and cables that were out, and the guys that wanted to, wheel it back up in the back of their cart, they had just a winder that would wind it up. But to do that, they had to stretch all the cable out. So on what is now the 18th fairway, the 17th fairway at the time, they just ran those lines all the way up and down the fairway, and then took the golf cart and just drove back and forth and back and forth. Now, meanwhile, this is after 4 days of intense play for the U.S. Open, and they're bent grass fairways. And man, you should have seen the bosses running out of there. Get off the fairway, because the guys just don't get it. They don't care. They just see it as a flat surface for them to make their work easy and quick. And it's kind of like all hell breaks loose after the championship passes. And so, and I think to follow up with some of the things Bruce said, there's stadium seating and benches and corporate towers and all of that kind of stuff. At Congressional in 2010, they used half of the Gold Course to set up the corporate village, and so they basically had to redo several holes. But even leading up to the event with all the tents and everything that are in there, there's still work to be done the week of practice rounds, because I remember the TV towers coming in and saying, we want to be able to have our tower shoot down the 18th hole in 2010 at Congressional, but those limbs are in the way. And so they got guys up in the tree limbing things up to, last-minute tweaks for the TV and all those other things. So the preparations won't stop until probably sundown on Wednesday. Once Thursday hits, it's just everybody's got a routine, don't make a mistake, and hope for good weather.